expanding the possibility of a Novak/Frost romance in the One Chicago universe. The One Chicago franchise has never shied away from exploring relationships across its shows, from the enduring marriage of Trudy Platt and Mouch to the short-lived but intense romance between Gabby Dawson, Monica Raymond, and Matt Casey, Jess Spencer. Now, with the 2025 crossover sparking new dynamics, fans are speculating whether Lizzie Novak, Chicago Fire, and Dr. John Frost, Chicago Med, could be the next cross-show couple to capture viewers' hearts. Why Lizzie Novak and John Frost make sense. Lizzie Novak, the outspoken and confident paramedic from Firehouse 51, has never been one to hold back, whether it's her opinions or her attraction to someone. Her chemistry with Frost during the crossover was undeniable, marked by quick-witted banter and a mutual respect for each other's professions. Frost, a charming but somewhat guarded doctor, has had his fair share of flirtations. Chicago Med fans will remember his brief sparks with both Maggie Lockwood and a few other hospital staff members, but nothing has stuck. A relationship with Lizzie could be exactly what his character needs, someone who challenges him outside the ER's high-stakes environment. Unlike workplace romances within the same unit, which often come with complications, as seen with Will Halstead and Natalie Manning, a cross-show relationship could allow for a fresh dynamic. Novak isn't bound by hospital politics, and Frost isn't embedded in Firehouse 51's hierarchy, meaning their romance could develop without the usual professional pitfalls, the obstacles in their path. Of course, no One Chicago relationship comes easy. For starters, Frost's track record with romance has been complicated. His hesitation to commit could stem from past heartbreaks or his focus on his medical career. Meanwhile, Lizzie's boldness might initially clash with his more reserved demeanor. Another factor is Damon Severide, the younger brother of Kelly Severide, who has also been hinted as a potential love interest for Lizzie. Jocelyn Houdon's comments about Damon's need to prove himself at Firehouse 51 suggest that a workplace romance might not be in the cards for him, at least not yet. If the writers decide to explore a Novak/Severide dynamic first, Frost could remain on the back burner as a future possibility. Then there's the logistical challenge of cross-show storytelling. While Chicago Fire and Chicago Med frequently overlap in emergencies, maintaining a consistent romantic arc across two series requires careful coordination between the writers' rooms. However, if any franchise can pull it off, it's One Chicago, which has mastered the art of interconnected storytelling. What the showrunners might be thinking. Alan McDonald's non-committal response about Frost and Maggie's potential romance leaves the door wide open for other possibilities. His acknowledgement that crossing the friendship line is dangerous but dramatic could apply just as easily to a Frost/Novak pairing. The tension between two strong-willed professionals, one in the field, one in the hospital, could create compelling television, especially if their jobs force them into conflict. Meanwhile, Chicago Fire showrunner Andre Newman has always been open to evolving relationships organically. If fan response to the crossover chemistry is strong, the writers may be more inclined to explore this avenue. After all, One Chicago thrives on fan engagement, and social media has already lit up with #NovakFrost shippers. How their romance could unfold. If the writers do move forward with this pairing, how might it play out? Here's a possible trajectory. The slow burn. After their initial flirtation in the crossover, Lizzie and Frost keep running into each other during ambulance drops at Gaffney. Their exchanges start off playful but grow deeper as they bond over shared experiences, Lizzie's near-death calls and Frost's high-pressure surgeries. The first date, with interruptions. Just as they finally agree to go out, a massive emergency pulls them both back to work, perhaps a multi-vehicle pileup that requires Firehouse 51 and Med's full attention. The chaos only strengthens their connection. The conflict. A disagreement arises when Frost, prioritizing hospital protocol, clashes with Lizzie's instinct-driven approach in the field. This could mirror classic One Chicago tensions, like those between Voight and Upton in PD. The resolution, after a near tragedy, because this is Chicago after all. They reconcile, realizing their differences make them stronger together. Fan reactions and future potential. The One Chicago fandom is notoriously passionate about its ships, and a Novak/Frost romance would undoubtedly spark debate. Some fans may prefer Lizzie with Damon Severide, while others might argue Frost is better suited to Maggie.